How's it going, everyone? Sessiion here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV patch 6.3 MSQ. We are going to just get straight into it, as everyone's already sort of gotten a head start on me, but it's not going to stop me from looking forward to it. So I also have not even had a chance to dwell into the storyline, so I'm really excited to see what's in store. So let's get straight into it. Once more unto the void. Ah, Adele, as always, your timing is most fortuitous. I wish to share with you news concerning Zero. You will recall that in exchange for ether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Yoshilo's suggestion, I began providing said ether in the form of food. Zero has found the arrangement to be agreeable and has been eating steadily. In large part due to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the void once more. Oh, we're going back? Okay. Excellent. I shall inform Yoshilo and Sessiion, and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemists. In the meantime, might I ask you to fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting Yuge and Kama. It seems she's grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let's us gather here. Alright, so she's up and running, she's vibing. So I think for those who don't remember, Zero was in the void for so long, but also didn't understand that, she couldn't reacquire ether from food, which is interesting. Well, she's back up and running. Is it upstairs? It is upstairs. Okay, we gotta go back there. Actual time. Okay, I get that. All right. I have seen the trailer multiple times, but I feel like it's given me mixed messages about what to expect in terms of MSQ versus the other content. So we'll see. It should be about a steady 2 hours as well. So we'll dive into it. We'll see. This is the fishies going for that. All right. All right.
Everyone is so carefree. Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness, and how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant. Such luxuries are lost to us. We have no hopes or dreams, and even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void-sent at heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why. What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
I feel like to a degree she's somewhat learning about, I want to say, like, emotion? Because she's well aware that she was like a pawn to Xenos. I think she'll also learn pretty quickly, though, that it's a lot more than just that, which is a good thing, actually. So, I feel like she'll be a very big inclusive character to the story moving forward, which is going to be so cool.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust? Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
Aye. I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Then it seems we're all set.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
everyone is currently busy with this. I get it. Understandably bewildered. By all accounts, Ajdaya is Golbez's prisoner. Yet, if she was in the source, it could be that she managed to escape from the void, if only for a fleeting moment. But that is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, we must go and find it. Come, let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. It's kind of crazy, though. It's kind of... Wow, we already... Okay, wow, that was... Alright, we're here. I'd be so concerned if she was, like, evil.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
You're too kind. But it's thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls that we've been able to make any progress. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
The 13th! After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me, too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault. I know. I only meant to tease. Mostly. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a void sent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Now that that we are all caught up. To the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ashdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north. Perhaps even here in Galmald. If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon Void-sent servants. The very same I believe you have mastered. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful Voidsent is no small feat. But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
And we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
The fact that there's a Reaper order is interesting, because I feel like this tells me that like the Garlean's main job was Reaper before it was a form of Gunbreaker, sort of. Interesting. Oh, no, what a surprise. And I see you're traveling with a large crew as usual. Not to suggest that's an inconvenience for us. We'd be happy to share our supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Thank you. Apologies if we interrupt, Euless, but there is a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefing, so you come at a good time. Is this about the Voidsent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper arts once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in Lapis Manala's caverns. The Scythe wielders forged pacts with Voidsent and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of magic tech saw them fall out of favor. And when some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. Speaking of their art, it seems you picked it up. Who was it that taught you? Well, I suppose it's neither here nor there now. My sister has been taken captive by Voidsent. I sensed her presence in this land and may have come in search of her. If Voidsent have been sighted here, then I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last remaining functional one we had is broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ingens where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den. Their duty included transporting cerulean tanks to Jatuna Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain a few over the years. That's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you to accompany her? Given the presence of Voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me. I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. Alize, was it? I wish to speak with you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. Huh, okay. Alright, let's take the scenic route. I wonder why Alize wants to talk. Or be spoken to by Zero. Something is weird.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Right. To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
I actually have like a theoretical idea that Zero will actually transform into something that's not like she'll be a Voidsent, of course, but she'll transform into something later on in the expansion. She's also pensive. We should get back to it, but before we do, are you alright, Zero? Did I say something that confused or upset you? No, I'm simply trying to understand your perspective. If you wish to continue, I am ready and able. Well, that's a relief. This isn't the sort of place you want to mull over things. It's not much farther to Tepper Zen. I doubt we'll have much trouble finding an engineer when we arrive, so let's speak with the first one we spot. Wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, your contingent friends came along. Our lives are a lot easier now thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whether we wanted to stay here or return home. For that, we're truly grateful. We're grateful to you too, Alize. The trip across the lake is hardly pleasant, but you make it all the same to bring us provisions. Oh, don't mention it. We're just glad we can help. That said, we're actually hoping to ask a favor of you today. We need a Meditech snowcraft repaired, the one abandoned in Cerulean, England. We were told you might be up to the task. Ah, so you want to ride the mammoth? That's what we took to calling the crafts on account of their size. As often as I use them on rigs, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. I'll see if I can get your mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come back with us to Camp Broken Glass, and we'll take it from there. So far so good, Adele. Let's be on our way. Okay. The Mammoth? That's a cool name. I like that. But yeah, I do think to a degree that Zero, kind of sort of how Shadowbringer's Minfilia turned into Reen, I feel like Zero will have something similar in anime, but I don't know if she'll stay as a Reaper. I feel like they'll keep her job as it is. I'll be very surprised though if they actually change her job because of like this, like, you know, theory that I have. So we'll see. Welcome back. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft. I'll do everything I can to get her up and running again, but I doubt I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The mammoth is big and so are its parts. Some strong backs should make the work go faster. You have ours. Finished learning about the mountain, I take it. Aye. We have a solid grasp of that area, as well as the site of the snowcraft. My back is perhaps not as strong as some, but I should be glad to stand guard for Voidsent and other unruly wildlife. Much obliged, miss. Then let's all head over to the mammoth and assess what needs fixing. They have matters here well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Adele? Sure. How about you, Zero? I will assist you as well, as payment for answering my question. It's hardly something that demands payment, but we'd be glad for your contribution nonetheless. She's so pensive. Alphino is in need of a helping hand. My thanks again for agreeing to help. The Ilsabar contingent brings in shipments of food, medicine, and other necessities by airship. We have yet to deliver a share of supplies to Tertium, and I would appreciate it if one of you could assist us with the task today. I'll do it. Well, Adele, it looks like you're with me then. Voidsent sightings have been increasing by the day, which is why I had a mind to go out and patrol the Eblan Ream. Shall we? Okay. Yeah, that's all the way by kind of a centerfold area. It's not that far. Yeah, I think that Zero will, over the course of time, learn that she's not bounded by a pact, which is cool, actually. Voidsent were spotted here not long ago. Considering the proximity to Camp Broken Glass, everyone is understandably concerned. But hopefully not for much longer. You follow this road eastward, and I'll have a look to the north. If you should encounter any Voidsent, I won't begrudge you for dispatching them without me. So we gotta follow the road eastward. So many oboes though too are around here. I think I found the site. Oh, there's 4 areas? Wow. Okay. It's like I got friends. We're all collectively in this together. You survey your surroundings, but do not spy any errant Voidsent. Looks like there's one place that might be suspicious. Alright, nothing here either. This place, however, looks like there's going to be something afoot. Appreciate it. Thank you, dude.
All finished, are we? Good. The cold doesn't let up out here, does it? They've the means to keep everyone warm at Camp Broken Glass and Tertium. But the measures are still only temporary. Subsisting on charity. Dreading the day the sympathy of others is exhausted. It's no way to live. They need lasting safety and security. Though things will never be as they once were. If we can restore a modicum of normalcy to their lives, maybe that will be enough for them to move forward. If we're to achieve that, we have to work harder. I have to work harder. Oh? Lest you misunderstand, I wasn't fishing for a compliment. As I said, I'm doing this because I want to. Still, I appreciate your support. Well, our work here is done. We should be heading back. I hope Alphano and Zero haven't gotten into any trouble. I cannot imagine how awful it must have been to serve as Xenos' avatar. To not only suffer him, but so much else. She's a fighter, all right. Like you and me.
Thank you, miss. Thank you. This feels strangely familiar.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat. But no matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened. That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Get along? I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry? We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
I am running low on ether. Very well.
Azim step-style dumplings. Butz, they call them. Never had a dumpling. It's like a kind of bread stuffed with a filling, meat or vegetables usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in Garlemald too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones. Just think of it as bread, all right? should warn you though, they're spicy. Helps them keep longer, I assume. Too much for the children to handle though.
Interesting.
Interesting good, or interesting...
I don't know much about taste. Not anymore. But I do feel a sensation in my mouth.
Is that a bad thing?
Not necessarily.
That's enough for me. I've heard it said that spices are more akin to fire than flavors. Perhaps that makes them easier to understand.
Oh, Euless, getting acquainted with Zero, are we?
I suppose I am.
No harm in that. Acquaint away.
Ah, everyone is here. Excellent. Thank you all for your hard work. I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Alphino! Alize!
Zero likes spicy food. That's cool. An unforeseen bargain. The distressed soldier has ill tidings to share. Forgive me the interruption, but I come with grave news. A horde of Voidset are approaching from the mountains to the east. Their numbers are beyond anything we've ever seen. What? But Yashola and the others? Anyone outside of Tertium is in danger. We must find and bring them all here at once. Can we count on your aid, Zero? I've already settled the debt for my question. I'm not obligated to help. What's more, death in this world is absolute. You asked me to put my life on the line. Without simple payment, I will do no such thing. That's fair. What do we have to offer that might be enough? You're right, Zero. You're not obligated to help, and I wouldn't presume otherwise. Nevertheless, we are in need. Assuming the boots I gave you is worth anything, would you at least be willing to stand watch at this encampment? That way, more of us will be able to go out and see the people to safety. Very well. Unless we come under attack, I'll do no more than stand watch. I dare say Tertium will be safe enough with Zero here. Let us go and find Yashola and the others and assist with the evacuation. She's going to eventually learn to not be worried about, you know, payment. Tertium will be fine. Ulysses and his people have weathered far worse. We must make haste to the snowcraft where our friends and the engineer should be. Given their position, they may soon find themselves at the mercy of the Voidsent. If it comes to it, we must be prepared for battle. I'm ready. Don't you worry. How about you, Adele? Upon departing Tertium, several cutscenes will play in sequence. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Cool. Please note that the answer battles are log out. Okay.
Report. Lost contact. When? Void sent. I'd bet my life on it. Understood. I'll investigate at once. A unit transporting supplies has gone silent en route to Broken Glass. I will go and search for it. Stay here and keep watch. But be ready to answer my call.
If it was Void sent, you'd be a fool to go alone. They'll find you before you find your men, and then they'll devour you as well.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I don't stand a chance, but I can't just abandon them.
I can't repay you for the bread if you're dead. I'll go.
What? No! I couldn't possibly ask you to do that.
I'm far better suited to dealing with Void sent. It makes sense. Or do you mean to say you'd rather I stay here because you can't protect this place on your own?
Fine. Just don't do anything stupid. Promise me.
Damn these demons!
Return to the camp. Now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Kindred, why do you interfere? Ah, of course. You sold your soul to feed.
I have taken bread, but my soul is forever mine.
They spoke to her, dude. Oh, this is sick.
A deal is a deal. I cannot let you pass. More of them. Still more.
Oh boy. Wait, she can just commune you? Hello? I wasn't ready for that. is this guy? Dude, the fact that Communion was blue is really sick. That hit really hard. Wow, that's fast.
I can't. How? How big must the gate be for their light to come through? Is this it then? Just like that time. When light still shone upon the world. When the Contra Memoria still raged.
Stand aside if you value your life.
We're only after women and wine. Darkness can take the rest.
You're not taking another step towards that village.
Stupid girl. You were warned.
And now we can get back to our business.
too weak. I need help. Someone, please. The same mistakes, the same ends. Again and again. What should I? What could I have done? What? Who? You. What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Can you stand?
All right. I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
It's just the best, dude. Wait, what?
Warming up!
Reaper combo without that sick.
This has gone on long enough. I will finish it. Now! Let's buy her some time.
Oh, that's sick. So sick.
You did well to find me out here.
We have Euless to thank for that. He was quite worried when he called.
No. If it was not for you and the others,
Well, let's not fuss over details. We should return to Tertium. Can you make it that far?
I think so.
Zero, are you all right?
Well enough. No void scent struck here, did they?
No, and there weren't any more casualties thanks to you.
Oh. What are you doing?
You'll have no debts to repay, if that's what you're worried about. If anything, I owe you a week's worth of boots.
She actually smiled. I love that. Zero's convalescing aboard the train. Euless has already given her something to eat, so I suppose all we can do is wait. I can't help but wonder though, what possessed her to go and fight all those voids on her own? Not that I know the going rate for such things, but I doubt one boots would suffice. I think someone has been a bad influence on her. Oh, I'm just joking. Or am I? In any case, many people owe her their lives. I'll be sure to thank her when she's back on her feet. Relief is writ plain on Alfino's face. As Alize said, many people owe Zero their lives. This is not her world, nor her battle to fight, yet she risked life and limb for us nonetheless. That will not be soon forgotten. Now then, I expect that our friends will return soon. Once everyone has gathered, we can take stock of the situation. Apologies for the delay. I finished replenishing my ether. Full glad to hear it. We must thank you again, Zero. Indeed, many are still alive because of you. Those soldiers, not least of all. How fared you? Better than I did by all accounts. We had to contend with our fair share of voices en route to the snowcraft, but we had the benefits of numbers. With their help, we quickly dispatched all the voices that came our way. Thankfully, they stayed dead in our world. We were trying to decide what to do next when we received word about the transport, which is how Alize, Adele, and I came to find you. While the immediate threat has been addressed, we cannot rest easy yet. For Voidsent to appear in such numbers, we must assume that a void gate has indeed been opened nearby, meaning more of them can come through at their leisure. It seems the best course of action is to investigate Lapis Manalis, as you intend. What is the state of the snowcraft? Nearly operational, I believe. Feature is with the engineer, who is hard at work as we speak. Why don't we join them in the Cerulean Ingans? Finally, a chance to go on the offensive. I would join you as well. I wouldn't dream of refusing you, but what did you have in mind for payment? Payment won't be necessary. I will do this because I want to. You have kindled something within me, a compulsion, a desire to act, that has been burning since you came to my aid out in the snow. I do not understand it, but I wish to, and to that end, I will need it, or heed it. Then perhaps I'll understand your answer. I would also like to join you in tracing the voice into their origin, though that would mean neglecting my duties here. Don't worry about us. Between my people and the contingent, we can keep things running well enough. Just find where the voids are coming from and see that they stop. Take care, Zero. I will. I'm so curious to figure out what exact character in relation is she going to be linked to. Because in that moment, she was a paladin. In my personal thought, I was immediately thinking about Rosa, because like Reaper is very much like a, you know, a powerful like evil offensive job, and so in her like defensive measure during the flashback, she played a tank. I was almost thinking of it being like a healer. So I almost made the potential connection to say, oh, it's Rosa from FF4, but that's clearly not the case. But what this does tell us, though, at least, is that there is a name that she obviously had prior to becoming a Voidsent. What the name is obviously up for question, but I don't expect them to reveal that to us just yet, even in this at the end of this MSQ, so we'll see. There you are. Your timing couldn't be better. Thanks to Varshan's help, I've managed to finish the repairs faster than I anticipated. The Mammoth's ready for the snow once more. You can leave the piloting to me, too. It'd be my pleasure to get you to where you need to go. You are too kind, thank you. Let us be on our way then, shall we? Let's go. We got the dungeon. This is going to be very exciting. Okay. I feel like personally, I want to bring.
Let's give it our all.
These three have been like the centerfold of the MSQ so far, so I think bringing them will be fun. Also, the fact that it's called the Memoria is so sick. All right, I'm ready. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, it's just that section. Careful up there. Hopefully it's less than Gus. I'm afraid as far as I can go. I think we'll stay on foot. Okay. I really like the aesthetic of the dungeon so far. It's really cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, buy it. That's kind of nuts, actually. What?
You cannot stop us!
Dare I test to see how much that would hurt? I'm not willing to find out. I'd almost even imply the idea that it would like just take you entirely. That is so cool that they have a stamping as a mechanic. It's so, it seems so simple, but like it's so cool. Fortitude of nature. It's true. We're going into a cave? Okay. Something tells me that there's a void scent that's like hiding in the mountain. Watching her do the Enshroud combo with the blue effect is so cool. It's also kind of interesting to think about it from like a non-NPC perspective, but you don't really get the chance to, there's like a commonality of like a tank and healer combo doing dungeons. You can just pull from wall to wall, but there's no multi-pulling of mobs, which is interesting. Whoa. What in the world? What are these things? Comfort. Why do those look like... They look like dolls, but they also like remind me of Zero dolls almost. I mean, the effects don't help, but wait. I'm trying to see if I can... There's dated records right here. Wait, what? The assaults from outside tribes have markedly increased the late. The Heraldines proved, and especially by Bear's Thorn on our sides, their nigh ceaseless pillaging no doubt in an effort to hoard supplies in preparation for the coming winter. No longer able to tolerate the damages suffered by these incursions, the Senate issued an order to the king's assassination, and we Reapers were asked to ready our blades. Reapers assassinated the king of Garma? With 3 of her fellows in tow, Galatea sat under a cover of night and infiltrated the enemy's fortress. Their mission was a great success, which soon put the enemy to rout. Huh. Galatea. That name feels very familiar. Emperor Celis is convinced this magic tech will spark a revolution in warfare. As we know it. As he devotes further resources to its advancement, our arts continue to fall out of favor. I feel the Age of Reapers come to an end. After all our forebears have sacrificed for the good of the Empire, the blood spilled, the lives lost, they would dare seem as relics of a bygone era. Indeed, they believe the future lies with their Reaper battle armor. Aspirants are reminded not to approach the figures of the Pale Harvest without express permission. They should be treated with no less reverence than Galatea herself, and are hardly less dangerous. Only those who have successfully forged a pact with an avatar may spar with the Galatea Parva. They will serve to refine one's use of invocation and tactical coordination. The Galatea Magna, however, is reserved for those who are unable to serve as hosts to their avatar. Wait, what? Serve as a host? This purposeless mannequin is designed to push a Reaper to their limits, if not beyond them. Learn to walk in Death's shadow and you shall know no fear. The Galatea Parva is a... Oh, it's these things! Wait, what? Okay, so then Emperor Celis is in the process of utilizing magic tech for the revolution, which was the battle of the Carcino, right? And then because they were thriving so well, or rather more so, on They thrived more through Magitech than they did in the Reapers anymore. Huh. So yeah, Reaper is an old art of the Garleans that were no longer used because Magitech was a more suitable option of battle versus the Reapers. Which also kind of sort of makes sense because the way that the pact is formed, they just don't have enough resources, and they used Magitech as a new resource because they got it from Dalaman. Or something like that. Maintenance of the Galatae must be handled with the utmost care. The delicate art of their making has long since been lost, making repairs difficult and reproduction all but impossible. The knowledge was kept secret, passed down to those who would inherit the position of Master Dollmaker. That is until one man chose to break with tradition. He claimed to be leaving on a journey in pursuit of an unparalleled beauty, but we never learned the truth of it. The only thing that is certain is the art of our forebears left with him. It would be nuts if Dollmaster is like the next job. You know what I mean? Oh, what the? Okay. Commencing basic. Wait, wait, cycle. Okay. Okay. Soulflight is like a. Oh boy. She's using Reaper attacks. Oh, I just saw the portals at the last second too. Wait, doesn't that mean that she's gonna be teleporting? No, you can teleport here. That's so nuts. Okay. She's using Reaper powers to like what? Okay. That's not. That concludes basic training. Commencing advanced training regimen? Okay. I can go on that. Isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, it can't be like one. That's kind of crazy.
You cannot stop us.
Oh, she blast us. Oh, but the tower's coming down faster this time. Huh. Huh. Wow. Oh, shoot. Okay. I wasn't ready for that at all. I low-key thought I died. Wait a second. I just realized. This is the hint, isn't it? Blue crystal and water? This is just not a coincidence. This coincidence is way too, like... Okay. I think we got through the actual, the boss is going through. Yeah, this is so happening. It has to be. I mean, I feel like even at the end of 6.2 there was that hint, but on a more realistic basis, it's looking a lot more likely to be the case. Which is really cool, and I can't wait to see what they did. For the sake of the design, it's going to be so insane. Can't complain. Whoa. That platform looks very good. I would be so surprised if they follow the same route that they did with Felcourt, but I don't think so. Whoa. Look at this place. What? Uh-oh. Oh no. That's a really big wood gate.
your soul!
They did it now? Wait, so then what's the trial? They did do the thing. He's not the trial?
I've been waiting so long. Don't disappoint. Brace yourself.
Oh, what in the world? I don't trust this. Oh, this looks kind of nuts, actually. Oh, okay. That's kind of nuts, actually. Okay.
Wonder how you'll taste. The sun went
Oh, what in the world? Wow, okay. That was gone through. I thought it was gone through, actually. Oh my gosh, we have to do a tsunami? What in the world? Afraid to go down because I figured he was going to go back. Oh my god. Wait, they lose the trial. It'd be nuts. It'd be so crazy if it's him twice. But he's still here. Uh-oh. This does not suit well. Something is going to go poorly wrong.
Tell me one thing, Kanyatso. A dragon of our world crossed over into yours long ago, but I have felt her presence here again. What is the meaning of this?
I dare say what you felt was this.
By the sisters. What have you done to Ashdaya?
If you want answers, you'll have to get them from Lord Golbez. Assuming you've the strength to face him. A pity I will not see the plan to fruition, but my part is done. And to fight with the thrill of battle in my heart makes it all the more worthwhile.
No! Wait! Where is she? Where is my sister?
At long last, I go to join the great.
By the gates closing, there can be no doubt that he was the one who opened it.
Ashdaya, I prayed we might meet once more.
She is likely still in the void. Take heart. We will find her yet.
So what now?
While you discuss how to proceed with your search, I would excuse myself to look around. There may be salvage that we could use at the camp.
In that case, I'll patrol the area for more voidsent.
Very well. Let us take a moment to consider our options.
Oh my gosh, what? So, we have discovered the source of the Voidsent outbreak in Garlemald. A gate forced open from the void. The barrier between our worlds is especially thin here, I suspect. Elsewhere, I see little reason why the Reapers chose to live in such an inhospitable place. Even if the conditions are ideal, we're talking about a gate that could pass an archfiend. Opening one so large could not have been easy. In the age of Alleg, Emperor Xande created an enormous portal using a prodigious amount of ether harnessed by the Crystal Tower. In theory, a similar feat should be possible from within the void. One need but have the requisite amount of ether, such as that harbored by a great worm's eye, and its ether is indeed greatly diminished. In Adele's vision, Golbez let his archfiends feed upon Ashdaya's ether. If he has also taken an eye to open the gate. It does not bode well, I know. Nevertheless, we must remain hopeful and continue our search. What I find curious is why our foes chose to strike now, some 5,000 years after Ashdaya vanished into the void. And while their overarching plan remains a mystery, what exactly was Cogneto's part in that he hadn't finished? Or rather, had he finished? Why? He did something, but we don't even know what though. He stares at the fort despondently. Oh, Ashdaya, what has become of you, that even your eyes should be so spent of ether? I cannot bear the thought of her being held captive a moment longer, but how will I find her? What must I do? Calm yourself, Vitra. I appreciate that you are upset, but such passion clouds your judgment. You must endeavor to remain composed. When your mind is clear, we may consider how to proceed with our search. You are right. In the meantime, I will help Alphino and Alize back at the village. If that sounds like a fine idea, we should go as well. We'll give him a moment. I'm concerned that something is not yet finished here. But like also, if Cogneto was the dungeon boss in the same way that Skarmory was, then like... He wasn't... Okay, because you gotta remember, Zero sealed Barbritia and Scarmiglione with like the power of her own Voidsent. But that didn't happen to him. But is he gone? I would be very, very shocked if the fourth Archfiend is the trial boss. There's just no way. That just wouldn't make sense to me. There's no way that that's what it could be. I don't see Vitra with you. Is everything alright? He needs a moment to himself. While he is indisposed, we thought we'd lend you a hand. I've just finished patrolling the area, so we're fine on that front. There are no signs of Voidsent, and I doubt we'll see any more now that the gate has been closed. As for Alphino, he's set his sights on the Cerulean Spring. We're hoping to take as much of this stuff as the snowcraft can bear. That much fuel would keep the people warm for a good while. We've managed to procure a few suitable containers for transporting the ceruleum, and we're about to return to the spring. If you've a mind to scrounge up more containers, I can take what you have now and get them filled. Thank you, Sessiion. The more we can load into the snowcraft, the better. Would you and Ashtola mind helping us with our search then? You'll need to take any suitable containers to the spring, and then back to the snowcraft once you've filled them with ceruleum. Because if you think about it, like, if in some way, shape, and form... Because here's my thinking. Ruby is not the trial boss. It's something else. This is often been more of a sieve, given its condition of invisible holes. Will this be solid enough? I'd be so shocked if that was the case. I don't think it's him. And you look finding a container. This is looks like a container? Oh, okay. It is a welcome change to have Zero helping of her own volition. Perhaps she is finally beginning to trust us. Oh, I'm guessing this sturdy barrel is the one. Let's grab that one. Because I think I would expect Golbez to be the final boss of the expansion. The container appears to be well suited for repurposing. It would be a fine choice for civilian storage. Because Ruby would be the 6.4 boss, you know, kind of going down the line, I'm assuming. And then the final trial would be Golbez. And then you find out that there's a bigger boss than Golbez that's a Void Set, and then that's what it is. It would be so insane if Ruby Conte is the trial boss, because then that makes Golbez the 6.4 boss, which means that the spot for 6.5 is a mystery, even more so than it is now. But there's just no way. I don't know. I didn't think that. I came into the storyline thinking that Cognata was going to be the trial boss and not the dungeon boss. But also, in fairness, when they were sealed, when the Archfiends were sealed, we would see the throne of the Archfiend be, you know, like banished. We haven't seen that yet, so there's no confirmation. So maybe not. I mean, I don't have a clue. Okay, what was the other one say? We need to carry this liquid to the snow. Yes. Okay. Because it's think about it though. It's liquid fire. It's supposed to be the brim cerulean. If that one has been filled, you should hurry and take it to the snowcraft. Sydney's already seen to the rest. Go on ahead. The others ask that I remain here in the event that they find more. Okay. Good work, my friend. I expect we'll have a sizable load to deliver. I'm still concerned that this is not over. Because, like, who could it possibly be? Or what? If it's Vitra, then I'm gonna freak out. The snowcraft is all but overflowing with cerulean containers. However, several of your comrades have yet to arrive. Perhaps a nearby vantage point will afford you a more favorable view of their return.
Is Vitra not back yet?
My apologies for the delay.
Are you all right?
I am. As distressing as this turn of events was, the eye itself gives me cause to hope. While it is no longer possessed of Ajdaya's will, it may yet lead us to her. Were it not for your encouragement, I would never have dared to embark on my search, much less come this far. I will not lose faith. I will find my sister, wheresoever she may be.
We'll return the eye to her, together.
Though tainted, the eye has not fully succumbed to darkness. Ajdaya herself may have been able to resist its influence.
Well, as much as we'd love to take part in your next foray, we can't abandon our efforts here.
Indeed. We'll need to keep a close watch, in case the Void Gate opens again as well. Though should it prove safe to do so, I have some ideas for how we might put this village to use.
Do what you must. We will manage.
To free Ashdaya, I expect we will have to deal with Golbez once and for all. After which you may undertake your work without worry.
We look forward to the glad tidings.
You'll take good care of everyone, won't you?
What? Why do you ask me this?
Because comrades look out for one another, and I can't think of anyone more qualified to keep them safe.
True. I will do no less than I've promised.
If our respective plans are settled, then let us head back.
Nothing? I suppose this is where we part ways for now. Though we have every faith in you, we will pray for your safety all the same. I'm glad we had the chance to talk, Zero. Take care, and until next time. Till next time. Paths barred. Zero wishes to know your next destination. Am I right in assuming that we are to return to the void? Now that matters here have been settled, yes, but first we should return to Reset Han to prepare. When everyone is ready, let us convene at Megaduta. I already completely forgot that that was the whole purpose of what we were going to start the journey anyways. I didn't even think about it, dude. I completely forgot that the whole initial idea was to go to the void and find out more about what happened. Alright. We're here, though. I'm over here thinking that the... Okay, I don't know. I think we were going to be at the... I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't know what I was assuming at this point.
If everyone is ready, then let us depart for Al-Zadal's legacy. What was that?
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
It wasn't far from here. Let's go.
Hey, you! Stop! If you're thinking of taking to sea, don't!
What has happened?
We were out working our nets when a light suddenly shot up over Buffalo Isle with a boom. A massive fiend then took to the skies. Another blasphemy, we feared, but we didn't linger to find out.
Did you see where it was headed?
I can't say for sure, but it looked like it was northward bound.
I see. Our thanks for the warning, and do not let us keep you. Buffalo Isle is connected to Al-Zadal's legacy. This cannot be a coincidence.
In response to Karnyatso's defeat, they have come for our gate.
So it seems. I would ascertain the situation of the vault, but the fiend must be dealt with, ere people come to harm. I shall assume my dragon form and seek it out at once.
Wait. You heard the fisherman. A blasphemy, they called it. If another flying creature was sighted now, others will assume the worst and panic will spread. This is not the way.
You are right, Estinian. I will gather my soldiers and search the Isle for casualties. As you wish. The fiend is yours. The hunt will go more swiftly with help. Zero, might I prevail upon you to accompany her?
Very well.
Then Estinian and I will make for Al-Zadar's legacy and secure the gate.
Stay on your guard. The enemy is clever and will have anticipated our response. Be safe, my friends, and may the sisters guide your steps.
Understand it though. We know the fiend was headed north, but that still leaves a lot of ground for us for you to cover. We need a way to conduct our search more efficiently. Do you have any ideas? In other words, we seek help from the locals. If you think it's best, then very well. So where to then? Well, we go back to the great work. Yeah. And the great work in the encampment at the Hamza Hatchery. If both places are to the north, then the people there may indeed have seen something. Very well. I will head to the great work and lead the encampment to you. I don't understand. I don't know anymore. Because now I'm at a complete loss. In my mind, I absolutely thought to myself that it was going to be the other Archfiend, but it's a blasphemy? Or maybe, well, we haven't seen it yet. It's when my jaw will drop regardless of what it ends up being, and it's gonna break my brain regardless, but I'd be so surprised if it isn't. They said blasphemy, but like they could be confusing it with an Archfiend because they wouldn't have known it was an Archfiend, right? Saw the light over at Buffalo Isle 2, did you? We've seen scouts to investigate, but they've yet to report back. We will continue to keep watching you, but if you learn anything, be sure to let us know. These fishermen saw fiends emerge from Buffalo remnants before heading north, you say? I saw what I thought was a ball of flame flung from the explosion, but now I wonder. It flew north in the direction of Kagda. If it is in fact a fiend, then we have trouble on our hands. We must remain vigilant. So then maybe it was. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm so concerned. I presume you come to investigate the explosion of the Buffalo remnants as well. We've yet to ascertain precisely what happened. Is there any information you can share with us? We saw a giant just surge of ether from the ground. It was red. A fiend emerged from the explosion and flew towards Kagda by the sisters. Had I learned this sooner, never mind, there's no time to waste. Desires untold. Confound it, we were so concerned with the explosion that we failed to recognize that the threat had not yet passed. We must alert Commander at once and instruct the people to seek shelter. Is there a way to the top? What? You mean to go there to investigate? I mean, 100%. Then again, you are more than capable of defending yourself, as you wish. We will leave this in your hands. The giant skulled grounds are situated at the base of Kagda. I myself am not familiar with the mountain paths, but the coil workers are bound to know many. Ketzner, for instance, he's worked there for the longest. Go well, my friend, and may the sisters keep you. I mean, they're pointing at fire, but they said blasphemy, so I really am going to be at my wit's end about it. I have to just be patient until we see what it is. But I still don't think that it's an archfiend. I think that it's actually still a blasphemy, because it didn't come from a void gate. At least we don't think so. Okay. I don't know. You want to climb Kagda? You couldn't have chosen a worse time. There was an earthquake earlier, but it triggered a rock slide. I'm afraid the main path to the summit may be blocked. But if you're determined to go, then I suggest you speak with Shramul. He climbs like a langer and might know some other way up, if not the gentlest. How to reach the top of Kagda? After what has happened, that should be the last place anyone would want to be. But yes, I am familiar with another route that should be still passable. I was once afraid of heights, you see, and used it to build up my courage. Though, I cannot say I have the courage to brave it under these conditions. I'll take you to where the route starts, but no further, alright?
Hello, can you hear me? We were too late. The vault has been destroyed. The alchemical furnace with it. This was their true objective, to deny us entry into the void. Kanyatso and Ajdaya's eye were a diversion. A means to detain us in Garlemald, while they went to work here. To reduce the vault to rubble. That which you hunt is no ordinary foe. Have care.
Such an exquisite sight. A canvas of vibrant colors. As was our world, too, once. I am Rubicante, the Archfiend of Fire. A monster in flesh, yet in spirit I remain a man, a prisoner of the past. Such tears I wept when darkness consumed the world, until Lord Golbez came and spoke of salvation. Thus do I walk proudly at his side, to see his dream fulfilled. Your heart is pure. For benevolent cause you seek the dragon. But I cannot allow you to have it. Cannot allow you to interfere. If you would continue, then there is but one recourse. I shall await you at the summit. Come, mortal. Come and weigh your righteousness against mine.
Oh my gosh, dude, it is him. That's nuts, though. So then they weren't... Oh, no. This is very concerning. Because now, there's a boss that we can't be accounted for. Oh, no. This is not good. This is so not good.
Stayed the course, as I knew you would. As too will I. Come!
Oh shoot, this music got kind of crazy, actually. Oh my gosh! What in the world is this? I don't... Uh-oh. I think I'm dead. Huh? Oh, is this like a wall? What in the world does that even do? Oh boy. Oh my god, it's rotating now. What? Okay, am I good to believe? Hello? No, this is like kind of insane. Oh my gosh, I have no idea. What? Servants of Flame. Oh no. I think he got hit by a tank buster. What? I can't see a thing right now. He got hit by a tank buster. Wait, there's a cutscene?
I am one with the flame. You are the first to hold this ball.
Excuse me? What? I know that the lore is a thing, but like, okay. Oh, what in the world? Okay. Oh, there's a return. Oh, there's a return. That's nuts. Oh, okay. Form. Oh, not this again. This mechanic is completely unclear to me. I guess you gotta go to it. You have to go to it. Uh-oh, I'm too far. This is not good. I activated my buff. But then it's going to be the one over here. The thing is that it doesn't. it's like kinda sorta backwards. That mechanic is not correct for what it's going to be in the extreme version. It can't be. Like way too close. He took up his stance again.
Destruction incarnate.
Oh, he did do it 3 times. Okay. He's oh man, dude, the extreme is gonna be so nuts. Here though, what? I don't know what just happened.
It seems I was a step too slow.
To defeat all of us archfiends, you are strong indeed. You would know your enemy's heart. Very well. It bleeds more than you can ever understand. But I will speak, and you will listen, and learn how all began.
How long has it been since the world was undone? Since light and life gave way to darkness and undeath? Since we were reduced to beasts befouled, squabbling over what scant ether remains? But you are different. You remember who you were and the paradise for which you fought. That world will never be ours again. But we need not suffer in this purgatory of death and rebirth forever. Join me, and together we shall seek the promised land.
There is no hope. No freedom from the wheel. You speak a fantasy.
I speak truth. The Sessiion's revelation. There are other worlds than this. Ours is but one of 14. There is no greater proof than the whispers we hear, born of a neighboring reality. A reality to which we may journey if we can but break down the barrier that divides us.
You meant it then. We will take this world as our own. Count me in.
In return for your strength, I offer you opportunity to pursue your own ends in service to a greater cause. A glorious kingdom of light, wherein all may know death's sweet embrace.
And thus did we begin our great work.
You intend to forsake the 13th and conquer the Source?
Just so. Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
You served Golbez of your own volition.
As atonement for my failures, I tried to be a hero. Tried to stop the war. But I could not.
So in turn you wage another.
A means to a final end. The wheel of depravity must be broken. Even the most exalted succumb. We eat and deepen the stain upon our souls, until only the hunger remains. Is this to be our fate for all eternity?
I don't know. About this and a great many things. But I do know that it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. Not everything need be a trade. This I learned from the people of this world. Even without a contract, without any expectation of personal gain, they labor for one another. I didn't understand it at first, and perhaps I still don't. But if I'm to achieve something, I'd rather do it their way. Else I am already a hunger-maddened beast.
Perhaps we have indeed surrendered to the hunger after a fashion. Make for our moon. There you will find both Lord Golbez and your dragon. To be so viciously slandered. pride demands I prove my virtue at the last. And perhaps your own will resonate with his, and draw forth that singular jewel which abides deep within his heart. A desire which lies beyond his quest to free us from our purgatory. A desire all his own.
My inquiries delayed me. I'm not accustomed to conversation, but I am glad I arrived in time to speak with Rubicante. As much as I understand his motives, I believe there's a better way. Yours. The future you strive for is one I wish to see. And I want to know why I feel this way, why this fire burns in my breast. Already contemplating the next move. Okay. There's nothing more for us here. What of Alzadel's legacy? Has it been word from Yashola and the others? Don't think so. I see. Frustrating, perhaps. But better that the gate be destroyed than used to unleash more Voidsent. We should return to Megadutha and rejoin the others. It's weird, though, because, like, the gate was always there for them to be able to traverse into this to journey further, but then they wanted to try to come on the offensive, but now that they're losing, they want to stop us from being able to go into the void. So now they don't want us in there. But why? I mean, besides them losing the battles, but there's got to be more to it than just that. It is good to see you both return hale and whole. Your friends arrived not long ago and already with the satrap. Shall I show you in? Yes, please.
Thank goodness you're both all right. Unfortunately, we have nothing further to report apart from the loss of the gate. But tell us, how did you fare on the mountain? Golbez aspires to deliver Voidsent unto the source, where they may die and return to the life stream to be reborn.
Far be it for me to deny them, but the cost to our people would be beyond unconscionable.
Indeed, Voidsent themselves are inherently dangerous. Never mind the chaos sure to follow should the barrier twixt our worlds be shattered. 'Twould be naught less than a calamity. The simplest way would, of course, be to strike at Golbez himself. That said, our task has been rendered rather difficult.
Indeed. Rubicante has deprived us of a means to cross into the void.
Kenyatso's faint. That was doubtless what he meant when he said his part was done.
Golbez sacrificed 2 archfiends just to stop us. He must need more time to break the barrier to our world.
Then the days ahead will be critical. We must find
We could employ another Atomos, but that approach would only be viable if we found another planar fissure. An unlikely prospect. Better we explore other avenues. If you will excuse my absence, I shall return to Sessiion to look for information.
By all means. Meanwhile, I shall seek the counsel of our alchemists.
Time is of the essence, so wish me luck.
I'm no scholar. I'll find another way to keep myself busy here. I don't doubt it. She's a veritable researcher of light.
Zero. May we call upon thee when next we venture unto the 13th?
Aye. And in case you're wondering, I won't ask for further payment. I will go for myself, to try and understand why I spoke the words I said to Rubicante. And the fire I felt within, when you all came to my aid in Garlemald.
While our esteemed sorceress battles her tomes, let us see to our own affairs.
I will not fail you again, sister.
Before you leave, I would once more express my gratitude. By your hand has Thabnir been saved yet again. But before you delivered my people, you helped me rediscover hope. When the sight of my sister's eye left me bereft and adrift for a time. We may have yet lost the gate in Alcidel's legacy, but there must be another way to travel back to the Void, and together we will find it. For now, I bid you rest and recover your strength. I too shall have my vessel improved ahead of our next foray. To achieve his ends, Golbez has sacrificed his 4 generals. Such a ruthless foe is unpredictable in the extreme, but no matter what he plots, we shall do our utmost to see that he does not succeed.
Cagnazzo and Rubicante have joined with the Great Flow. In this world, 'tis the ravenous who are useful, and few were as ravenous as they. You were fine pawns, my archfiends, and you have played your parts to perfection. But with the goal in sight, I need no minions to do my bidding. Hereon, I shall walk alone. At long, long last, the end draws nigh. The end to life on that star, and the end to my suffering.
Beyond closed gates, await your foe, where no path leads and none may go. What? That was the world that they were from, but like, it almost looked like an Eorzea cover in Dark Ether. But he's on the moon 13th, but that was once a world that was. I need to rewatch what I just witnessed. I have no idea, dude. I don't know. Okay. Let me know what you think. That was crazy, dude. I look forward to the next one because I have no idea what they're going to do. The patch reveal with the trailer will be the thing that lets me know. But I understand what he's doing now, but I still don't understand what is more to do. Because okay, real quick before I also go, I want to make a comment that if you've played Final Fantasy IV, Golbez has a dragon of shadow that he has with him. Pretty sure we're gonna find out who that's gonna be within the next 2 patches. And I dare fear what I think that it's going to be, and that's going to be the worst part about it. So I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also not looking forward to progressing the ultimate when it comes out in 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks. It's not going to be pretty. However, this expansion has been phenomenal so far, and this MSQ storyline has only just made the plot thicken even more so than it was prior. So thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to find out more, and I hope you guys enjoy the story for yourselves as well. So thank you, and take care.